Well, as you can see, first off, happy Monday. As you can see, we're not A on the patio, B in the studio in Dallas, C bouncing down the interstate in toward West Texas. We are actually in Arkansas of all places, so we'll tell you all about it next right here. Virtual happy hour, roll the open. Here we go in three, two, and one. Here we go. Yes, the exciting jams of the Open. Good to see. Oh, GM, she's across the room. Others. Yes, we're in Arkansas, Chops. We're in your neck of the woods, sort of. Aren't you from like somewhere other side of like between Little Rock and Texarkana somewhere? Anyway, I'm also doing a little different camera today, a little different angle because just we have. Oh, that's right, the wife I'm hearing, so you can. See a little bit over my shoulder, over this shoulder, which is the right shoulder. I got the pool, and off beyond that is, I believe, it's called River Lake. Is that right? Old River Lake. Old River Lake, which as opposed to New River Lake. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. It's just it's Old River Lake. It's kind of cool. It's one of those in the South where you've got the Mississippi River and the Arkansas River, Cumberland, Tennessee. They got those little curves along the way, and over the years, these little curves make little Finger Lakes. So that's kind of what this is. As we're just maybe about 20 minutes or so outside of Little Rock. So glad you guys are along, Billy. Chomps, yeah, Chomps. I was actually going to go through. I had a note, Chomps, to go through some of your notes that you'd sent my wife, and we were going back and forth on places to eat. So I always got the culinary coverage. So I got a little different angle here, a little higher, a little different angle, and all that. But Mom's standing by. I think she's ready to go. I got to bring her mic up first of all, and then we bring her in and bring her graphic in as well. And Mom, can you read me over?
Over, I read you well.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know why I kind of look like I'm like talking to you because the way I'm sitting, it looks like we're kind of both watching the same direction. It's kind of
That's
odd,
okay.
but usually I'm facing you like this, but the camera's actually over here, so I'm
But
kind of turned.
you're still
Kind of
facing me on the picture, so there you go.
okay, all good. So there's Jason up there in West Virginia. We got West Virginia, Mississippi, Texas, Minnesota, Indiana, Texas, all tuning in right now. We had to start a little early today. I got a conference call at 5. I got to jump on. So I'll go ahead and get some aiming fluid for that, Mom. How about that?
How about that?
So what's going on up in Indiana today? Today a little cool over here. And I guess 93. Was it any close to there? Anywhere close to that there?
Uh, we had a lot of storms and rain yesterday, so it's a little cooler. I haven't noticed. I was out and about, but I didn't pay attention. I was doing some 3 errands that I had to accomplish. Well, one I didn't have to accomplish, but I did. Or 2 I didn't have to accomplish, but I did. 1 I needed to accomplish, so I did. See,
Uh,
during this time we've had a lot of donations at the Council on
right.
Aging, and so I have had a long list of thank you notes to write from the chief to the princesses of our community, and so I delivered those to the office so that they could mail them out, and handwritten thank you notes from the board president, which is c'est moi. And then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
and then I had to go to the medicinal store, and my medicines were carried out to the car in the semblance of 3 bottles of red and 3 bottles of white.
First, when you said medicinal, I thought about something else. I thought, what
It's
medicinal? And then I realized what you were saying. Very funny.
yeah, uh-huh. So
Very funny.
so my wine expert at the Chalet Party Shop brings them to my car. I don't have to get out. Aren't I special? And then
You
I
are, by the way.
and then I
You are.
picked
But
up a taco salad and a wagyu burger at the old trivia place, the Sports Time, just down the street.
oh, yeah, I got a pretty good wing there too.
Well, yeah. Well,
I
I
tell you,
have
I
wings
tell you, I
on
missed
Friday.
the old place. What was the place that we went to on Monday? I think it was.
Miles Lab. That man killed himself.
Well, yeah,
not
that's
not because of
not.
us.
No, no, but that I'm when I say this, and Chomp. By the way, David Kerr says hi, Mom.
Hi,
And he
David,
knows
my buddy.
he's a culinary genius as well. Um, that place, that Miles Lab place, had probably one of the best New York strip steaks I've ever had in history of ever across everywhere. I mean, it was that good. It was a really good
Yeah.
that strip steak was phenomenal. And then not a bad wing there at the old Sports Time at all, Mom.
No, not bad. Their chef at Sports Time is Juan, and he's Juan, so he's Hispanic. He does. I got a taco salad, and it's pretty good. Um,
Good,
but yeah, the man at Miles Lab was a descendant of the Miles. He was a Miles of the big drug company that Bayer from
right?
Germany bought out here in Elkhart. So anyway, and so then I came home and I have been waiting to see. I noticed you were coming on early, and
A little early,
I don't.
yeah.
I only have my apple cider, so I don't have my wine yet. It's a tad bit early. So anyway,
Yeah, we just popped the first adult beverage here, so a little early as well. But
yeah, yeah,
I do have it. It's one of those weird calls where it's Australian time and it's not Western Australian time; it's Central, so it even moves it back even more into your afternoon. But oh well, what are you gonna do? So all
yeah.
good. Going to see. Uh, let's see. Mom, do you know where Anderson, Indiana is? My friend Jason who lives in West Virginia. You may have remember Jason. He was in Charleston back in the day. I used to live in
Yeah,
Anderson, Indiana. Do you know where Anderson, Indiana is, Mom?
yeah.
Do you know where that?
It's
That's around
it's
Indy, isn't it?
it's close to Indy. Yeah, I know where Anderson is. I've been there. Not too far from there is Ball State, I believe, and that's in Muncie. I think they're all
Yeah.
relatively.
Isn't that where the Colts used to train? I don't know if they're trained there now because of the COVID thing, but I think they used to train there. I think they did. Anderson, that sounds
I,
right.
I believe I believe they do. Yeah, yeah, I believe they
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we're hard hit up here, so we are.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Remember, I texted you earlier. I'm amazed, and not that I guess I just don't know pandemics or what's the word for it? That kind of medicine, whatever that whole deal. Because it's amazing how it just like every nook and cranny. I mean, they had cases in Lamesa, Texas, and in Elkhart, Indiana. I mean, all points in between. It's not a you can't really go and hide necessarily unless you really go. I mean, I guess you can, but you kind of think that I kind of would think Elkhart be pretty.
Well,
I mean, I say pretty clear of it, but that's not the
well,
case.
here is the problem. You have a couple of cultures here. One of which is the Mennonite slash Amish culture
Right,
that they 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 tend to get together in groups and don't stop because that's their life, um, and they don't they tend to try to treat themselves. And then the next culture is the Hispanic culture that's pretty fluid because of the
right,
RV factories, and we're the center, the hub of most of the RVs made in the world. So,
right, right.
and so that's another culture but we don't know who has been hit or whatnot. It just kind of randomly runs around. But
Crazy.
we have a 97% risk of here if we don't do what we're supposed to. So there
Yeah,
you go.
today in Arkansas was where we're coming to you from Arkansas, just outside Little Rock. The
Yeah,
state went to their
must be
mandatory.
nice.
Yeah, it's still it was a 4 hour drive up the road, 4 or 5 hour drive up the road. But we're just about 20 minutes outside or so, 25 minutes. They went to mass today. Texas has been worrying. We've been required for about 2 weeks now, so it's kind of like. Uh, but I did notice on Saturday driving up that it was when we went to Lubbock back in June. Once you left Fort Worth, you didn't see a lot of masks anywhere. I mean, getting gas in Sweetwater, you didn't see masks. You just didn't see it, or Merkel, or wherever. But now, when you there's Craig up in Winnipeg. But now that it's gone on the summer. I mean, now we pulled over at the Buc-ee's there in Royce City, and everybody, I mean, people were swarming the place. First of all, there are masks everywhere. And we were up and stopped in Mount Pleasant, people wearing masks there. So it's changed a lot now because everybody really is trying to figure they screwed up the first time. Let's get it right the second time, huh?
But I'm still amazed though. The month ago when I picked up my wine club, um, there were it was a little later in the afternoon when people are getting off work. You know, the men are getting off work and they
Right,
stop at the liquor store. And but only 2 out of 20 people I counted that went in, only 2 of them had masks. Today
right.
was a little earlier, so it's not a good comparison. But there were 2 out of 6 people that had masks on, and we're talking it's mandated. They're
Yeah. Oh,
even
yeah.
talking about penalizing, finding people for not wearing them. And some of the restaurant owners here are. You probably saw the thing I shared. Uh,
Yes.
the man who
Yes.
owns 3 restaurants here, and it's so
It's
funny
ridiculous.
when
Yeah.
it you know. I drove up to the sports time, and I'm sitting out in the car, and out comes Cam Snyder, the owner of those restaurants, with his general manager. And I stopped him. I mean, I didn't get out of the car, and I said, "I really appreciate it, and I'm really sorry how your young people are getting treated. It's terrible.
Sure. So
It's
it's
terrible.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
people act like spoiled
Yeah,
brats. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's nonsense. But I haven't seen the news today. I mean, we've kind of scanned it, but I haven't really seen what happened. I know Houston's had a real rough go, but hoping that again, it's just got. I don't know what else to do. It's the most. I was just telling. Rob Pannier is a friend of mine that does this week of the association. I was telling him this morning in a text. I was just like, I can't really explain the whole thing. It's just weird. I mean, it's unexplainable time. It's
yeah.
all the above. You can't really put your hand up. But yeah. So mask are the thing in Arkansas and in Texas. So have mask will travel, which of course we always. That's part of our car now. Do you have one in your car? I assume you do.
I have 2 or 3 in my car, wipes and
Yeah. See. Yeah.
sanitizer,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. And I don't have one hanging from my visor yet, but
Yeah, well, that's the mark of a real true COVID veteran. If you've got the mask hanging from your visor,
yeah.
I
Well,
like that.
I figured if I put up my handicap tag, that might do the trick.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
yeah. All right, love you,
get.
mom. Be good.
I'll see you on the other side.
Enjoy dinner.
Or I already have. It's
Oh, okay, it's already there.
it's already gone,
All
pretty
right,
much.
enjoy. Love you, mom. Be good.
Love you too. Bye.
My mom. There we go. Mom cam right there from Indiana today, and yes, it's weird. Again, the whole mask thing is just seeing what people are and aren't doing. That now, when I say we stopped at Buc-ee's in Royce City and saw that most everybody had masks on, there were a few that weren't wearing them. There were uh, a few that just kind of were blowing it off, but by and large, everybody was wearing them. And I thought, you know what, I didn't want to go in. Originally, I want to go to Buc-ee's because Buc-ee's is, if you've never been down the South, or should I say South Texas, there's a Buc-ee's pretty much every interstate artery in the state. It's just huge, and their bid is it's the world's cleanest restroom. That's their bid. I mean, they're the clean. I mean, you go on a road trip, it's a crapshoot if you get a crapper that's worth a damn, right? Pretty much. And most of the time, the restrooms in these little places suck. This place has, and they've got artwork for sale as you walk in the restrooms, all that mess. So you've got all that. And actually, my wife's going to join me in a moment. She's going to take us a little tour where we're at. Oh, well, I hear the dog. Let me pull that down just a second. There we go. But Buc-ee's is like the cleanest restrooms. They also got their own snacks, and it's like a convenience store meets fancy truck stop meets I don't know. It's just a cool place. So it's pretty cool. All right. So I'm going to take you guys outside now, and I'm going to bring the wife in. She's going to wife cab and joining. I'm going to bring the volume up too. She's on the property, folks. Wife cam. Hello. How are you?
Hello, hi. I'm picking up the box for Lisa. Here, say
Oh
hi.
yes,
There's Nash.
Nash. Nash has been swimming today. Both went
Hi,
swimming with me today.
Sadie. Hi, Nash.
Yeah, the FedEx person just dumped the box. Poor
Well, yeah, because
box.
Nash barks like he's going to kill someone.
and she just kind of put the window and just went. And I was in the pool, kind of waving at her, saying, "Hey, it's okay," but she didn't see me and all that. So you guys are getting in that. They're getting in the golf cart, I believe, is what I think they're doing. And gonna give us a little tour of. We're at a real dear friend of a long time, a friendship that goes before my wife was born, because our friend Lisa, her mother, and Gay Marie's mother were friends back in the old days in junior high, and and then the family stayed in touch, and GM and her brother and sister were out here all the time in the summers, and I've met Lisa's folks and all this stuff. So anyway, she's gonna
Do you
give
want
us a
me to
little bit of a
leave
ride
this?
around here.
You want me to leave
What?
this going forward so you can see what's in front of me?
Well, that's probably a good idea, don't you think?
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, you're producing this part of the show, so this is
It'll be
this is
super fun when I crash.
this is Lake Cam, I guess, is what this is, right?
Yes, Lake Cam. This
Okay,
is
we'll put
Lisa's
this Lake Cam.
driveway.
Yeah, Lisa's driveway. Is Lisa with you, by the way? Or is she hiding?
No, she didn't want to be on. She was
Okay, well, you're driving. Driving.
out there. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The railing hay. You can just see how remote it is. There's nobody here. I mean, like,
No. I mean, it's so remote.
I'm driving
It's so
up.
remote. There's no locks on the door where we're staying. I mean, that's how remote it is. It's that safe. Don't tell anybody, because they'll come get us now.
I'm driving over to the lake house. There's the barn. I'm driving over to the lake house so that they can see where we are.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You're doing great. Yes, I can hear you fine. I hear you great. You're doing great.
All of a sudden.
Well, because you're driving. That's why you can't hear me. It's okay. You're doing great. You're doing great. All good. All good.
Fishing
All good.
ponds. Smells like it's gonna rain.
Yeah, there was some.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Give me a
Well,
thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yeah, thumbs up. Yes, I can hear you. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up. I hear you. I
Can you hear me?
hear you. I
Nod.
just said I hear you. Yes, I hear
Okay,
you.
I'll leave it. I'll just keep
Yeah.
talking if I'm talking over you. I'm sorry. Pond. There's a little guest house way off in the distance. I'm gonna go through these two really, really old magnolias that are glorious. Look at that pretty magnolia flowers. They're so pretty. I love them. Hold on, I'm gonna keep going. This is where we're staying. Over here. I think this is built in like the 20s.
Really cool place. Very cool place, folks. Very cool.
There's the kayak.
My wife went kayaking this morning. She and Lisa did.
Pictures of when I was little, the dock. A little fishing bridge that leads over to the guest house. I'm gonna drive back by. Gosh, it really looks like it's about to rain.
Yeah, it's a little overcast here
It smells
suddenly.
good. It's not hot.
This is Lake Cam, folks.
Heading back to Lisa's. I guess I could go. I lost you. I don't know what.
You're fine. You're fine. You didn't lose me. I'm just putting you on solo. You're all good. You're all good.
Okay, I can hear you now.
You're all good. I just put you on solo. Don't worry. I'm gonna put you on solo. You're fine. You won't see me, but you'll be right. Just go ahead. You're the show now.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't go back up to the gate, which is way further out that way. But that's the 5-cent tour of about 1/10 of the property. But there's nobody else out here except for us, and so for me who's like COVID freaked out, so much so that we canceled our trip to Cabo and to Elkhart.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, because there's nobody here. I don't have to go to an airport. I don't have to go to. Here comes Nash. You see Nash running to get me.
There he is.
Puppy. And there's
Yep.
Anyway, there's Lisa's house, so pretty, and Sadie in front of me, and the pool house sort of in front of me, and then the
Yeah, show them the pool. Can you show them the pool?
okay,
And kind of come back around to where I'm at and go behind me.
yeah, I'm gonna go behind you.
There you go. There we go.
Going into the driveway.
There she is. That's wife cam right there. She's going to give us a little bit more. As this is actually day 118 that we've been kind of in this quasi, whatever you want to call it thing. There's the dogs. Both dogs, of course, labs, and they get in the pool, and so they like to
It's
cool off
mom.
and get in the pool. That's
Mom
mom.
right here. That's Sadie's the
Yep.
mom, and Nash is the son.
Son, yep.
The son.
You'll see Austin out there. Yeah, I see Nash down on my right, so he must be not too far away from us.
I'm actually right behind you. I can see the back end of you through the tree. Yeah, there's the pool.
Yep, there we go. There we go.
And the cool pool house. The cool pool house.
Little pool house. Her husband's got a real cool setup there. He's got like a TV and couch, and yeah, check it out. That's like that'd be the ultimate place to watch football in the fall or whatever, just to kick it in the winter. I mean, that's so cool.
This is the pool house.
Isn't that cool? Man, that rocks. Place is really cool. That is the little cabana. That's the view of the window. Yeah, the window. That's over my shoulder, guys. Really right over my head, actually.
Yeah, the pool, and the ceiling's real cool. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, it looks very Belizean.
Yes, it does look very Belizean.
very, very tropical.
There, and that's the view out to the pool from the pool house, and there's you in the back of the house over there.
Oh yeah, sort of. Yeah, you can kind of see my arms waving.
And
there's the lake there.
And it's fun.
Nobody out there today because yesterday was pretty busy, but nobody's. There was one guy on a jet ski all day, back and forth all day, and he just kind of blew it off today.
We've been busy with all these floaties.
Yep.
And then you spent some time contemplating the meaning of the universe in this chair yesterday, and then I've been laying out over here today. I've been chilling on the back patio, and then there's her kick-ass garden. Walk over here.
Yeah, I see it to my right.
If the Greers are watching, this is a pretty cool garden. Yeah, they've made fresh pesto. Joe has made fresh pesto and fresh.
We had pesto sandwiches that were the bomb. I haven't had a pesto sandwich ever, and that was awesome.
With everything fresh from their garden, all the tomatoes, the cilantro, and all the other stuff, the peppers, everything that they grow. It goes all the way out there. And then her aunt's house is further out there. She's no longer with us, but I think they're working on that property. This is all, I don't know how many acres it is out here. I have no idea.
Give us a shot of the river back toward Little Rock, right where you're standing. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of toward the west. That's toward, right there. That actually, maybe a blinking light, you can see it a minute. That's the Arkansas River, but off that direction, we're toward Little Rock. That'd be, that's kind of facing north right there.
Yeah,
where you're facing
oxbow. It's an oxbow. This lake is an oxbow or a complete horseshoe.
Yep, it is. Yeah. And so we're in a kind of it curves the whole way.
It's private. Like you can't just come here. So again, one of the nice things about coming, when I said, hey, we're gonna maybe we go to Arkansas instead of Cabo, and Lisa said, hey, I want visitors. I'm like, hey, we could actually kind of, get some sun and hang out and do something fun, even though we don't have to go anywhere by doing this. So we got
what's really cool. I'm not. You and I are not. Well, you're more so than I am, but I'm not really a outdoor decorating type of person. But show them the grass pool thing. I think that's so cool because usually usually the backyard. You've got the patio with the pool, and it's all one big thing. You walk on the hot, but they got the grass around the pool. I think it's so cool. And a pecan tree in the back corner. I love that. I mean, that big tree right there. But
part of that, it was just supposed to blend into the landscape.
But when you go to
it's part of the lake.
If you go to a resort or anybody's backyard, you've got the, most of the time it's got the rocks in the cool deck and maybe some of those cacti type plants. But this is really cool because it's the grass, and then you got this pool. It's really cool. I mean, and it's great to get out of the pool, get your feet in the cool grass, vice versa. Yeah. It's really great. It's really a cool look. I love it. Very good job there.
Good enough tour?
I think so. I think you did good. You've earned your keep today.
There you
We
go.
will. We'll see you Wednesday. I'm not sure we're going to do Wednesday, but where we're at Wednesday, we're not sure where. Probably a roadside rest stop between here and like Tucumcari.
Probably. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we'll be
sign off.
somewhere eating. All right, love you.
Love you too.
There we go. That's Arkansas Lake Can. That's the wife right there. Getting a good tour of the grounds here, and just a really good time with my wife and her friend Lisa and husband Joe. Just a good bunch here, and we've had a good time. All right, what are you guys doing? Fire them off. Oh, by the way, if you want to join, let me go ahead and give this to you because we've had. There you go. You can actually grab the link right there, Kevin. If you're out there, want to catch me up on the weekend, I'm right here. Let's see here. Yes. Yes, you'll need to get my wallet, honey. Probably a good idea. Chatting about as we go about it. This was okay. I remember on Friday, we were talking about inventions, and I remember I didn't say it. I mentioned something about inventions that I was going to say, but when we got the whole Western Australia photos, we talked about that. I want to give you guys, and if you'll bear with me, I'm going to pull these up. And this kind of goes with the whole territory of what's going on today. I saw this on Friday, and we've all been there. You guys, do you remember as kids, and we've all kind of had those futuristic images as kids, like things like, I don't know, the Jetsons, perhaps. I don't know. We've had, Jim, you still on? Or okay, let me get you off the screen there. Sorry about that. There we go. You guys, we get things like this. Okay, right? That was the Jetsons were the future, what was going to look like in the future, right? That, meet George Jetson, they got the Jetsons. You guys all remember this, right? Right? Remember that? So, I mean, we all remember that. So we had the Jetsons. We also got things, remember, if you're especially your 70s, 80s kid, you might have seen some of these inventions that were posted when you were kids that maybe would one day, this is what, or if you're 50s, mom, you'll appreciate this. 50s and 60s, what things might look like in 2020. Things like this invention, the cigarette holder for two. I mean, how about this one? I mean, the cigarette holder for two. I mean, that's a bit of a bizarre one, but in the 1960s, smoking was a big deal. So, very cool. By the way, yes, my mom's backyard is the bomb, no doubt about it. Yeah, Mom. By the way, the backyard here reminds me of the lake here is larger, but it's very similar. I mean, it's almost identical the way it's set up. Very similar. But anyway, there you got the smoker for two. Or how about this one? How about this one right here? We got you might call the Jetsons. This is what car travel might look like in the future. It would be something like this. I mean, we've all seen that, right? So we know what I'm talking about. We're all in the same boat here. Y'all get what I'm talking about? The old futuristic, what life might look like in 2020 or whatever. We've all seen that, right? So you all get the point. Okay, so I was looking at, I thought about this, and I realized somewhere along the way, there's the things like this. Here we go. Here's one. Here's one I saw that was pretty funny. I mean, this is the future of air travel. Is this what the future of car travel here? The Cessna on wheels. This is the future for some of us? You like that? Like that? Yes, that's a possibility there. Let's see what else I got here in my file. Oh, here we go. Here's a future cruise ship. This is what they thought cruise ships might look like in maybe 15, 20 years from now. This is what a cruise ship might look like. If I can get up, there we go. And that's what it might look like. It won't actually cruise the ocean; it'll cruise the sky. How about that little thing right there, huh? I mean, a pool, and you're in this pool, and you're hanging out, but you're only 25,000 feet above the ground. I mean, that's no big deal, right? So, okay, you guys get the point now, right? So it shocked me a little bit when I saw this, but then I started thinking how much it reminded me of some earlier inventions. Have you guys seen this? That the future of air travel may very well be changed to this whole pandemic, and it'll be things like this. You'll be wearing something like this on the plane, a social distancing hazmat type suit. It's like a beekeeper's mask meets personal space meets pandemic meets Spaceman, meets Boy in a Bubble, you name it. I mean, it's all, this is the new look. They expect that possibly in the very near future, but the next year or so, you could be wearing something like this to travel by air. Now, how about that? Now, would you want to wear that when you're sitting in the departure lounge? Or how about this? How about if you're wearing this one? This is the one that got me. This guy is kicking it. He's just sitting there. He's kicking it, waiting for this flight, and he's wearing this get up. Look at this thing. I mean, look at that. It's like, I mean, he's actually taking this photo in some departure lounge at an airport. You can tell that. He's sitting there checking his phone, wearing his little outfit, his little mask / hazmat suit. And again, when you think about those old pictures when we were little kids, of those inventions that were going to happen when we got older, and things like this one, the flying man. You guys remember this one? This guy actually exists, but remember this, right? We've seen these. One day the world was going to be like this. So when I saw that thing, I started thinking about all those old school, the Jetsons and what cars might look like in 30 years, 40 years, flying cars, the world, just the crazy world we might live in. And we're in a crazy world. So yes, coming to a departure lounge near you, maybe to a Trader Joe's near you or your local supermarket, is this guy walking down the aisle, grabbing some chicken breast and some ribs. And, oh, give me some shrimp as well. And let's get a little soup to go as well. There we go. This guy walking the aisles of the supermarket near you. So my question to you folks, would you wear it? Yes, the Jetsons. Would you wear it? How would you sleep, the wife asked. Let's see. My mom says, I lately see many posts about people converting old school buses into travel homes. Yes, I've seen that too. A huge thing right now going on is the growth of the RV. I think the RV industry, Mom, is actually going to have some positive growth from this. A lot of folks have decided that maybe the future of travel is to have an RV, have camper will travel. I know that rentals of campers have gone through the roof. I was telling this to my in-laws the other night. In my morning walk routine I do in Dallas, there was a family, 50s-ish, were loading up a RV with pillows and snacks. Their kids, teenage kids, are loading up the travel trailer to go traveling. Where I'm sure at one time I started small talking with them. Usually they'd be going on a trip, somewhere across the country by plane. Instead, they were going to take this bad boy and go drive it. So yes, a lot of that going on. So yeah, I don't know how but again, it got me thinking, that when I saw that photo of that guy, I thought, you know what? As kids, remember all the crazy inventions we'd eventually see, and of course the Jetsons come to mind. The Jetsons were the ultimate what life might be like in the future. And of course, we've seen crazy ass movies and things like that. But I don't think I've got anything else from that file, do I? Double checking here. No, but that's pretty much. But that gives you the idea of what Again, it's just, you're going to see Meredith out there as well. This gives you an idea of kind of, as I told my wife this afternoon by the pool, in this time, all things are on the table and off the table. I mean, I don't think no one's ruled anything out, and nobody has said nothing. That no one's saying that nothing's not possible. It's all just so crazy up in the air. It's crazy. But anyway, that was my little thing from Friday I had saved over from the weekend. Then we had the WA pictures, and I will give you guys some pictures on Wednesday from our trip. I will give those to you as well. Coming up on Wednesday, for you T-Bones fans, for all you folks that are excited about the Royals playing at T-Bone Stadium in KCK, I'm going to have Chris Brown, Vice President and General Manager of the Kansas City T-Bones, will join me on the Steakhouse at noon Central Time from somewhere. I don't know where we're going to be. Somewhere in Arkansas. We'll be doing that show on Wednesday at noon. And then, of course, the happy hour returns at 5 o'clock, our normal time, probably from the road somewhere. I don't know where we'll be, but on the road somewhere. On the road again, someplace coming up on Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central Time. So let's see what we got here. We got this. The boats that they make here buzzing in Elkhart County, the main highways are full of trucks. Yes, I saw that. I saw an article. I want to say it was the Indianapolis paper, but I don't remember. But I remember seeing something about that, Mom, where there are a lot of deliveries, and you see them when we drove to Lubbock, we were passing left and right. Usually you'll see one or two of those delivery companies delivering RVs and the big trailers, but they were literally all on the highway, just left and right, going between Lubbock and Dallas and between here and Little Rock. I mean, there are a lot of them out there. So I guess there's going to be some businesses who are going to come out of this with some plus, and that's good because and maybe those businesses needed it, and maybe the RV industry, I don't know how it's been, but it's good to see that somebody will come out of it in a plus somehow, some way. So that's all good from that. What else we got here? Let's see here. It's about pretty much wrapping it up here. As we it'll be a little quicker today again because I do have a call at 5. What are you guys doing? Where? Let's see. Everybody else out there? Got Meredith in Kansas. Jason, let's see here. What's Jason saying here? Let me pop you up here. Yes, the Royals are training at T-Bone Stadium. It's their taxi squad, but it's still, hey, when the big club goes to, they're there now. The T-Bone Stadium is being used right now by the Royals taxi squad. And so in Kansas City, the big club goes to Cleveland this weekend to play the Indians. The taxi squad goes to Kauffman. When they come home next week, the taxi squad goes back to T-Bone Stadium. So that'll be the plan. That's exciting to see something going on at T-Bone Stadium and just something for the baseball club. I mean, it's been quite honestly for the folks who work with the T-Bones, it's been a real since 2018. We had the championship. We had a great year. We went to 2019 with high hopes and had a great year at the gate and on the field. The tail end of 2019, it was announced that we were going to be. The team the team has been for sale the whole time. The team was going to be for sale, and that hit the fan toward the tail end of the season. And then there was some back and forth between the ownership at the time and the city of Kansas City, Kansas, and the unified government of Wyandotte County. There was a lot of press back and forth. The team actually, some really negative things. It was a roller coaster for us. Enter Mark Brandmeier, who bought the team in November. And we had these high hopes for a great year, new ownership, a lot of new blood. And, of course, the folks that were holdovers, we were so excited to continue doing what we do. I believe what we do is great. And we've been doing it really with one hand tied behind our back, and seeing what we were doing was phenomenal. And seeing what we could do going forward. All of a sudden, here's this pandemic, and boom, we had to stop. And we're going to play baseball. We didn't know when. Then, oh, yeah, we're going to play, but we're not going to play. I mean, the league's playing 6 teams. 6 teams aren't, one of them being Kansas City. And just so on and so on. It's been dog pile. I'm furloughed. I don't mind admitting that. I'm not drawing a salary from the T-Bones anymore. It's the way it is. While the league plays on, they play on, and people are drawing paychecks. There are people like myself who aren't. So we needed some good news, something positive, something just to kind of get this whole thing turned around the right direction for 21. So I couldn't be happier for Chris Brown, for Mark Brandmeier, for Nate Miller, who's the groundskeeper, who's been out there busting his hump, not knowing when a season would come, but laying a new infield and doing all the things he does, edging, and to see his fine work being on display, it just does my heart good. To see your teammates, people you work with, you care about, getting rewarded for their hard work is something very important to me. So you see that, it's really cool. Good to see Jim out there as well, brother. But yeah, really cool to see that being used for T-Bones baseball. And we'll talk more about that there on the T-Bones show on Wednesday. Again, it's at noon Central Time on this very same channel, Facebook Live. Also, you can catch it on replay on my YouTube channel as well. So I'll usually put those graphics up for you, but I won't do it for today. But you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and of course, you guys are following me right here on Facebook. I could put the Twitter up here as well. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Let's try this. Somewhere on the way. Here we go. Virtual happy hour. Where is Dan's Twitter handle? Somewhere along here. Here we go. You found me right. There's my Twitter handle right there. There we go. That's the Twitter handle. So yeah, I invite you guys to follow me on Twitter. If you're a T-Bones fan, especially, I got the updates here and there for that. But if not, you can watch this show always on Facebook Live on my Facebook channel. The T-Bones channel is where they repurposed that video, but you can also catch that show here and on my YouTube channel, which is very simple, Dan Vaughn, and it'll come up, Dan Vaughn Broadcaster. And it's also where the cooking show is, and we'll talk more about that on Wednesday and really on Friday more. We got other items as well. We kind of pared this thing down. And yeah, this is the first time with no baseball for a lot of us, Jason. No baseball in Charleston's '86. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. Um, it's like I told you guys last week. You know, when GM and I were, like, what are we going to do tonight? Well, let's do something. Let's go. Well, you know, even when I'm home in April and May, we'll go to a Ranger game or go to a Frisco game, or when we're home during the season, when the T-Bones are rolling through Texas, we're playing Cleveland or Grand Prairie. She and I are at the ballpark with the T-Bones, and suddenly we're like, ain't nothing to do. It's really weird. So we're all in that same boat, mate. All in that same boat. All righty, I believe that pretty much covers it all. I got you guys a last call here on the show. Big thanks to Mom for joining us. Thanks, Mom. Mom Cam's always rocking, and a little early today on the start. Also, the lovely and talented giving us a great tour of the lake on the Arkansas Lake can we had there. It was awesome. I appreciate it. Again, Wednesday, we'll do this very same thing again, 5 o'clock. Somewhere, we'll do this virtual happy hour. We got the virtual happy hour with me and the Hawaiian shirt there, and the close sign has to come on. Unfortunately, it's that time of the show again when we roll the close, folks. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hug somebody close to you. Virtual hugs to you wherever you are. Please show some empathy. Please show some love. Be kind to one another. Let's all come out of this thing better in the end than we are right now. Okay, let's roll that close. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Love y'all.